First off, up in St. Paul, the Wildcats are forgetting about the 40-0 loss last week by taking on Central City. They held the Bison scoreless for a majority of the game. 3 scores on 4 possessions after ironing out the kinks in the first 2 gave St. Paul a 20-0 lead going into halftime. The first of those scores was this 57-yard pass to Brandon Nyberg. Man of the night for the Wildcats is quarterback Lewis Poss, who went 13 for 21 for 201 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for another 67 yards and a score. St. Paul held Central City to just 1 yard per carry on 13 rushes. The Bison did get on the board in the fourth as they scored twice to make the final score 35-14, the latter of which came with just 25 seconds left in the game. Back in Grand Island, 3 games are taking place. First up, Grand Island Central Catholic hosting Doniphan-Trumbull at Senior High. The Crusaders looked like they were rolling to a win early, but the Cardinals put a stop to the GICC scoring with 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and the score 27-7. Doniphan-Trumbull controlled the line of scrimmage, and poor tackling from the Crusaders gave the Cards hope as they mounted a 12-point comeback, but ran out of time as 2 incompletions and a sack were the last plays the Cardinals ran. That made the final score 27-19. The win keeps Central Catholic's undefeated record intact. Grand Island Northwest also in town tonight hosting Holdredge. Big plays haunted Northwest in this one as they gave up an interception return for a touchdown, a blocked punt, a long passing TD of 62 yards, and a safety. Jake Woodside did the rest of the damage for the Dusters with 27 carries for 169 yards and a pair of touchdowns. The Vikings' only scoring took place in the second quarter with a 40-yard field goal from Gustavo Bauer and a 1-yard touchdown run from Austin Pomagil, who had 168 yards rushing on 40 attempts. The big plays early hurt the Vikes as they fall to the Holdredge 37-10. Holdredge moves up to a 4-1 record while Northwest falls to 1-4. Last stop in GI is Heartland Lutheran taking on Sargent. This would turn out to be an unfortunate game for the Red Hornets as their 10-man starting roster would dwindle to 8 before the end of the game. Sargent put up 4 scores in the first quarter, each of which were on plays of 25 yards or more, including a 66-yard pass and a 68-yard run. Lutheran gave a gutsy run with time running out in the first half by scoring 2 touchdowns in the last 11 seconds. One on a 16-yard pass from Sam Simonson to A.J. Bader, and the second on a fumble recovery in the end zone by Matt Kirby. That made the halftime score 44-20. The Bulldogs would add 2 more scores in the third quarter and another one in the fourth to make the final score 66-20. You've got to give it to the Red Hornets, though, fighting all the way to the end with just 8 players, but nonetheless fall to 1-3 on the season while Sargent moves up to 3-1. For the Grand Island Independent, this is Denton Cushing reporting.